Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season. Last season, they split the series with each team able to win on the road. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Here's Suggs. Up and in on the layup.
Boy, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Pass to Siakam. Over Banchero. Siakam misses. And it's the Magic's ball. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Isaac. Offensive rebound. And so Siakam will bring it up for Houston. There's the three. That's a miss, his second after two shots.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Backseat, no good.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Here's Isaac. Sinks the three-pointer. Isaac's got 5 points so far.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella, and he shoots it with confidence.
Houston moving the ball around. Where, no good. Magic leading by 4. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. See if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
George with the ball. Defended now by Wagner.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
From downtown. And it's Suggs missing. It's trailed by 7. Pass to Siakam. Here's Ware. Suggs with the steal. And here we go. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Now Siakam. Outside for George. Screen by Siakam. George, no good.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
There's Wagner with the 3. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
On the wing, Brooks. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Brooks not shy about firing away. I mean, it's important that he continues to make these jump shots he's taking.
Isaac outside. Pass to Black. Suggs looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Black. Over Maxey. Again, the Magic score.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Orlando Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Jaquez outside. The three-pointer, no good. Rockets trail by 12. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
And here's Anthony for 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Here's Simons. Carter pulls it in.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. There's a good screen. Pass to Nembhard. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the Magic. Outside Anthony. Fires from deep. Traps in the tray.
And they need Anthony to connect from deep. And when he does, their offense opens up even more.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Another miss by Houston. Orlando leading by 12. Here's Jaquez. And the shot goes down.
Part of the job description as a guard. But Anthony relishes the chance to get his teammates good looks.
Here's Nembhard. Walker a screen. From deep. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you.
That was a fearless move by Anthony there, driving directly into the defense.
Clark, how much weight do players put on individual awards or something like an all-star nod?
You know, I think players always have a level of respect for each other, but awards help validate your level of respect. How you win, how you perform, consistency, and awards are typically well-earned and well-deserved. As a matter of fact, in most cases, they are well-earned and deserved, and players acknowledge that and respect that.
1:52 left now here in the second. All alone. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
It took a little time for Simons to kind of come into his own, but now he's playing with supreme confidence.
Now Anthony. He's got 5. Pass to Jaquez. Carter for 3. Walker with the rebound. Rockets trailed by 9. Simons surveying the D. The kick out to Williams. Goes back up. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
This one for three. Another miss by Orlando. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Here's Simons. Again, Simons missing. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Hackett. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
And here is Anthony. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. To end the cold streak. That shot, no good. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Magic. They're up by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Clark, Cole Anthony is some kind of scorer when he gets hot.
Yeah, he's really special when he gets it going. He can beat you by himself. That's how good he is. He's a little mercurial, up and down, volatile a bit. But I tell you what, I like what he gives you when he's playing at his best.
Here he goes. And that one's good. Suggs.
That's the thing about Suggs, a footballer in high school. He gives you physicality in the backcourt.
Pass to Nembhard. Outside Edwards. Back to Nembhard. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Isaac.
The scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
There's the screen to the paint. Here's Ware. Nails the baby hook.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Suggs with the ball. 11 points in the game. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Nembhard. Oh, good with the triple.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Banchero, that's good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Ware, and he drops it in from the low post. Ware's got 6 points.
You can see how Maxey has developed as a facilitator. This coaching staff has a lot of trust in him.
And that one is good from Suggs.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Maxey looking it over. Screen by Siakam. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Siakam outside. Pass to Edwards. Now, here's Siakam. Scoreless thus far.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
There's Wagner with the 3. Second shot opportunity. And it's Banchero missing. Rockets trail by 8. Here's Nembhard. The Rockets with another miss.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Isaac. It's good from long range. 8 points for him.
And Isaac takes no time getting this shot off. He's got a lethal, quick release.
Pass to Nembhard. From the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's Black. The three. The shot that time, not on target. 1:15 left in the third quarter. They set the pick. Here's Maxey. Here's Ware. Drains the three-pointer. Ware's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Here's Suggs. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. It's trailed by 5. Siakam with it. Picked up by Banchero. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
They have not attempted as many threes here in the second half, which I'm scratching my head about. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Here's Wagner. Good. Wagner's got 5.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Screen by Siakam. Over in the corner, Edwards.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Here's Wagner. 5 points in the game. He got it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Magic lead by 5. Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Magic leading by 5. And here's Anthony for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
That's a 2 from Simons. And it's Houston with another.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's Anthony. To the inside. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots. And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage, never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Here's George. And it's good. 2 points. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
How about George going to the floater, showing he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Way to go, PG.
Over in the corner, Jaquez. There's a screen by Washington. Williams with the block. And that's a foul. It's called on Cole Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. To tie it up. Pass to Williams. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Orlando. Led by as many as 14 points. Washington, that's good.
Talk about confidence. Love whenever Washington pulls up on a dime like this.
Here's Simons. Siakam outside. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, George. Jacks up a 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Washington. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Now it's a 6-point Magic lead. Stolen by Exum. Siakam pulls it in. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
And that one is good.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Now Anthony. Outside Carter. Siakam pulls it in. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's George. He's off from 17 feet. Orlando leading by 4. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Anthony going up top. Don't let his size fool you, folks. Cole's got some hops.
And it's Simons off the drive. And the slam dunk by Simons.
Turning into a sensation in a hurry. Get your tickets to see Simons.
Anthony looking it over. Tipped away. George with the steal. Siakam the bounce pass. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And here is Suggs. Count it.
Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college, and we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
To Maxey. Here's Nembhard. From outside, off the mark.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
You know, it's not his greatest strength. He's got a lot of different things that he's good at, but Suggs will hit the three if you give it to him.
Nembhard's shot is good. Here's Suggs. And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the...
Ignorant. Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread and the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm begging on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm Chucky, I'm jizzing on this. You shaking on this, got some for hating on this. Look, all my celebrity crushes, I already. Be mad cause I did it already. I told them make sure to my dinner already. And I did it all and you can tell me. Boy, what I want you can give me. Got plenty of Benjis, but now it's more money, more problems. I should've listened to Biggie. And this type of living is not for beginners. You kinda losers do not make. Try to be cool, but I'm not for the. I got the rock paper. I keep it like rock paper scissors. I made the choice, it was not their decision. I'm not gonna listen to rappers who sound like broke records, but no, you did not. I'm highly offended. Only way you gonna get to where you wanna be, you gotta. Even if you made it to the bottom of the pit and try to climb it to the top, you know I probably. Always wonder how I'm feeling, and I tell them that I feel like I gotta pay the. If it want me, she gotta be attending. If she sending me selfies, it gotta be joining. Too many times I told these stop playing with me. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread and the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. Wait, I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm begging on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm Chucky, I'm jizzing on this. You shaking on this, got some for hating on this. I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. Not now. I've been waiting on this.
got a in him. Been through in the hood, yellow tags, he gon' drip, curve way, what it is, take the time, in the sunland, remix, what a wit, keep it lit. We the new Delphro, Manor Park, Melrose, Bride County, let's go, whole hood behind me, Golden Acres, Pine Tree, ugly corners, on the scene, screaming glee, say you bout it, let me see, rep your hood, let me see, let me see. Let me see, throw it up, let me see, 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 let me see. Fast music, 954, all the da-da-do, all the rock and blue, 7-4. Hit the club, it's a move, parking lot. Let me see, can you do it? New paddock, red roof, let me see you throw it back. Driftwood, where you at? Post it up, little hater, Haitian boy, crazy hater, Haitian boy, tell the home, new the dome, on crumb, west side, east side, back part, power heights, one of them, deep side, sunrise, alright, let me see, let me see. Let me see, 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 let me see. Get a lick, drop a wall, peel all the way back. 4th, 5th, 5 dog, recipes, Haitian pack, cross tracks, by you. Everybody getting money, me instead, chasing cars on them blocks, serving. Kaya City, one-handed. Black flag, a deal feel, keep it real. Play that game, SG, yes sir. Play that game, SG. Yeah, Haitian boy, ZML, baby snipe, 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 baby snipe. Let me see, 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 let me see. You get about me, Dade County, Palm Beach, Parkway, Lauderdale, Haitian boy, can't tell, in a field, spray. She from Dilla,